HAD Minister Jogen Mahan visits Haflong, takes stock of COVID situation in Dima Hasao. Farmers lament lack of rainfall, drought-like situation in Sarupathar. Good morning, viewers. You're watching Karbi Anglong Live Morning News with your host, Jirbon Kilingpi. And now let's look into the news in detail. Assam Minister for Hills Area Development, Revenue and Disaster Management, Mines and Minerals, Jogen Mahan, who is also the Guardian Minister for Dima Hasao District, visited Haflong on Wednesday. This was his second visit to the district since taking charge. After attending the 78th Foundation Day celebration of the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council in Diphu, the HAD Minister moved to Haflong along with NCHSE CM Debolal Gorlosa. Late in evening, the minister held meeting with DC, MLA, NCHSE members and HOD of all line departments who are engaged in COVID duty at DC Conference Hall in Haflong. Expressing his immense satisfaction with the team of Dima Hasao on maximum inoculations of corona vaccine in the district during the 3 days drive, the minister congratulated and encouraged to continue the momentum of vaccinating for safety of the people. CM Debolal Gorlosa briefed the HAD minister about how his team, along with the help of district administration, is continuing in creating importance among the mass so as to achieve the vision of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Assam Chief Minister's vision of free vaccination for all at the earliest.
ইয়াত যি ICU আমাৰ প্ৰায় হৈ উঠিছে কমপ্লিট হৈ উঠিছে ICU যি প্ৰব্লেম আছিলে মই যোৱাবাৰ হতে এতে ওলাইছিলে যে ICU এটা প্ৰব্লেম আমাৰ হেল্থ মিনিষ্টাৰ কেশৱন্ত ডাঙৰীয়া আহি গৈছে আৰু খুব সোনকালে আমি এখন আমাৰ অনাৰেবল উইদিন 2 or 4 ডেজৰ ভিতৰত অনাৰেবল CM চিফ মিনিষ্টাৰ আহিব ইনগ্ৰেশ্যন কৰাৰ প্ৰগ্ৰাম আমি ঠিক কৰিম যাতে ICU প্ৰব্লেমটো যিটো আছিলে এইটো দূৰ হৈ যাব ভৱিষ্যতৰ কাৰণে আৰু বাকি মেডিকেল কিছু প্ৰব্লেম আছে এইখিনি আমি অন প্ৰসেস আমি এইখিনি চলি থাকিব গতি ICU তো প্ৰায় ইয়াতে খুব সোনকালে আমি ICU ইনগ্ৰেশ্যন কৰিব পাৰিম
Medical EM Samuel Changsan and Haflong MLA Nandita Gorlosa also put forward the request for at least 1 lakh vaccine stock for Dima Hasao district, expecting safety and coverage of around 70% of the population in days ahead in this trend of speed. Congratulating CM, Deputy Commissioner of Dima Hasao, Superintendent Line Departments and Media for an excellent performance of the district in entire Assam during the 3 days mega vaccination drive, Guardian Secretary AP Das Joshi, IS, ensured about availability of vaccine in Dima Hasao, Karbi Anglong and West Karbi Anglong under him, specially considering the difficult geographical terrain. He also informed about his conversation with the Mission Director, NHM Assam, that how Dima Hasao stands prioritized for vaccine availability due to its immense dedication and performance during vaccination drive.
হিচাপে ইয়াতে আজি এই প্ৰগ্ৰাম কি অৱস্থাত কেনেধৰণে চলিছে কি সুবিধা অসুবিধা এইটো এনালাইজ কৰিছোঁ কণ্টেক্ট আগতে DC চেয়াৰমেনত আমাৰ ইয়াতে CM আছে গাৰ্লুছা ডাঙৰীয়া আমাৰ MLA নন্দিতাজী আমাৰ প্ৰিন্সিপাল সেক্ৰেটাৰী এতিয়া গাৰ্জেন সেক্ৰেটাৰী হিচাপে দিছে অবিনাশ যোশী ইয়াতে EM হেল্থ আছে সকলো অফিচাৰ্ছ লগত বহিছোঁ কিন্তু এটা খুব ভাল খবৰ ডিমা হাছাও জিলাৰ কাৰণে যে আমাৰ অসমৰ ভিতৰত গুড এচিভমেণ্ট আজি তাৰিখত আমাৰ এলিজিবল টাৰ্গেট আছিলে 1,21,000 আৰু 56,000 এজ অন টুডে আমি ভেকচিনেট হৈ গৈছে কাৰণ 50% ওপৰত আমাৰ অলৰেডি ভেকচিনেট হৈ গ'ল এইটো যিটো কোনো কামৰূপ মেট্ৰ' বাদে বেলেগ ক'তো হোৱা নাই এইটো খুব ভাল এচিভমেণ্ট এই পাহাৰীয়া জিলাত ৰাইজ যথেষ্ট আমাৰ CMে এইটো কষ্ট কৰিছে MLA নন্দিতাই খুব কষ্ট কৰিছে DC অলছো আমাৰ প্ৰিন্সিপাল সেক্ৰেটাৰী আছে বাইদেউ সকলোৱে এটা কষ্ট কৰাৰ কাৰণে এইটো সম্ভৱ হৈছে পাহাৰ অঞ্চলত যি ভুৱা প্ৰচাৰ চলিছে কিছু ক্ষেত্ৰত ইয়াতো 2 বছৰৰ ভিতৰত মানুহ মৰিব এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ কিছুমান এইটো ভুৱা পইচা অন্ধবিশ্বাস এইবিলাকো দূৰ হৈছে ৰাইজক সজাগ কৰাৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত গাঁৱৰ ভিতৰলৈকে গৈছে আমাৰ বিধায়িকা আমাৰ CM আমাৰ DC ষ্টাফ গতিকে এইটো কাৰণে এইটো সম্ভৱ হৈ উঠিছে আমাৰ এতিয়া অলপ প্ৰব্লেম আছে শ্বৰ্টেজ আমাৰ লং ডিষ্টেঞ্চ হোৱাৰ কাৰণে ইতিমধ্যে আজি তাৰিখত আমি হিচাপ লৈছোঁ এতিয়া প্ৰায় 1400 ভেকচিন আছে আৰু এতিয়া প্ৰায়ৰিটি বেচিছত যিমান ভেকচিন লাগে আমাৰ NHMৰ পৰা ইয়াতে সহায় কৰিব গভৰ্ণমেণ্টে কাৰণ ইয়াতে এটা গুড এচিভমেণ্ট পাইছে গভৰ্ণমেণ্টে ডিমা হাছাও জিলাত সেইকাৰণে গভৰ্ণমেণ্টৰ ফালৰ পৰা সহায় কৰিবলৈ প্ৰস্তুত আছে আসাম গভৰ্ণমেণ্ট আমি আজি ইয়াতে যিখিনি প্ৰব্লেম আছে চাইছোঁ এতিয়া বিশেষ প্ৰব্লেম নাই এতিয়া গাঁৱৰ ভিতৰত যিখিনি বাকী আছে সেইখিনিক আমি খুব সোনকালে ভেকচিনাইজ কৰিব লাগিব।
Before heading towards Guwahati on Thursday, the minister paid visit to various COVID care centers in Haflong. Suraj Barman from Haflong for Karbi Anglong Live. Like several parts of Karbi Anglong, the Sarupathar area under Bokajan subdivision is also being badly hit by scarcity of rainfall. Various farmers in other places have already transplanting the paddy seedlings. Farmers here are of the fear that they might not be able to even finish plowing the land. Although the rain is late, expecting that there will be enough of it by the arrival of June, many farmers spend their money to plow their field with tractors. However, farmers are now devastated as their fields are still without water. Thousands of families who depend on farming for their survival are now plagued by fear, drought and scarcity of food in the days to come. Apart from the lack of rainfall, the nearby rivers and rain-fed streams, which had never dried in the past, have also gone dry. This has now prevented farmers of Langjiting, Rongagora, Japra Langsu, Dilaujan, Sangtihidi and nearby villages from irrigating their fields. With no other options left, farmers are now looking up to the KAC for their help. They have appealed for immediate action to solve their issue of water crisis. If they do not get any assistance at this time, they will not be able to cultivate this year as the seasons for paddy will soon be over. Subhas Terang from Langjiting for Karbi Anglong Live. With the purpose of installing its network cables in the hilly town of Hamren, multinational telecommunication services company Airtel dug out the water pipelines, due to which water supply is totally disrupted and the road had been damaged at several points. Apart from this, the coverage of BSNL network has also been disrupted. Frustrated with the lack of water supply facility caused by the telecommunication company, the local women here assembled together in huge numbers to protest over the long attitude of the company. The women had approached the multinational telecommunication services company to reinstall the water pipelines, but till date their pleas had not been addressed. Locals informed that for the past 40 to 50 years they had been relying on the PHE pipeline for meeting their domestic needs of water.
Banke lang banke nang lele dalo. La so lang na lele dalo banke Airtel company tum la pa nang kipipu la so masi lang pipe kipur masi purpon wang dalo mala so pene lang long lepin lo ni ceklo yoni on thom dolo lang nang lele la sini tum ha dihek pen ni tum ke thegang long pen ke la so lang sini tum ningkan tikep ningkan thong kep likep ni tum la si yun bom lo asi nona bange lang long le de lo amasi nona bange un anake prapen mane nang patiar piye phan bangsi ni tum bange juning ri lo la si ahok bange non ke te bokterai ni tum lang kisok dami phanta avede lo la.
Being situated in the hilly terrain, it is quite hard for the people to dig up a well. Now, for the past 3 to 4 months, people here are facing terrible problems as the water pipelines are not functioning. The few ring wells in the village are not able to fulfill the need of the huge number of population. Also, this being rainy season, most of the time the water in ring wells become dirty.
Long ni long thom me ikala long ni long thom me se ang ton lo ka chok na ko da ka chin du ka chin chita bang a ring ma pi ki dia lang ai hu si chin du chin chita chi dun dun lo te ari ke chok ben ke dang lok ta usum ma tong man ta lo
alilo la tuwar ta sung tiklo la tuwar ta la so kibul ki wan pena join ni pena ma tuwaran ta pahino lablo ke dam ke wang anta sung tik an lo la sila tuwara bang ta nang chubunai sirak rak nang pu.
The women has urged upon the multinational telecommunication services company to take immediate steps to engage its workers to reinstall the water pipelines at the earliest in order to bring back their lives back to normalcy. Daniel Inghi from Hamren for Karbi Anglong Live. The Karbi Anglong police have been continuously making headlines with their success against their war against drugs and anti-social elements with arrests and recoveries of arms and narcotic substance during checks and raids mainly in Khatkati area. And on Thursday, the Khatkati police arrested a man after recovering 2 pistols from his possession. The man, identified as 23 years old Sahil Khan, also known as Salam Khan, son of Abdul Hakim, Tarapur Silchar, was nabbed after recovering 2 pistols from his possession during a raid which was conducted at Paka Field under the Khatkati police station. The recovered items comprise of 1.2 mm pistol with magazine, 4 rounds of .2 mm live ammunitions, 1 7.65 mm pistol with magazine with 3 rounds of 7.65 mm live ammunitions. According to the police, the raid was conducted immediately at around 9:30 a.m. after receiving specific information from its source. The operation was conducted by John Das, APS, SDPO Bokajan, and was assisted by Inspector Bhupen Kalita, CI Barpathar, OC Khatkhati, SI UB Moblik Brahma, ASI Mohan Nath, APRG Staff Camp Bokajan, and Khatkhati police personnel. Anand Terang's report from Bokajan for Karbi Anglong Live. That is all we have for today. Thank you for watching Karbi Anglong Live and stay safe.